Coming up in today's vlog, there's nostalgia. We are actually heading to somewhere where we met over 40 years ago.
It looks like a unicorn turd.
Beautiful scenery. And Jan's favourite birds. Oh dear, I think we've disturbed the swans. Oops, never mind.
Stupid bird, over.
Hello and welcome to today's vlog.
Hiya. He's got me in the bedroom. Could have been worse. Could have been the shower.
Hey? No. Why are we in the bedroom? Stop it. Whatever you're thinking. It's because under the bed, well, to be perfectly honest, before we go into bedrooms, let's talk about toilets.
What?
Now, I don't want to get into a deep conversation about toilets on narrowboats because then we start talking about pump outs, cassettes, and all sorts of things. We don't want to do that. All you got to know is that the people who owned this boat before us had a pump out toilet, and the tank for it, the holding tank for all the stuff, was under the bed. That's where they usually are, bizarrely enough. And it was all taken out, and once you take the tank out and clean it all up and everything else, the space that's left is huge. It's like having your own little shed or cupboard, huge cupboard, storage facility if you like.
To put more junk.
To put your stuff in. And we decided to put, amongst other things, these photo albums. Just by chance the other day we were looking for something and I pulled several of the photo albums out and we decided to have a look because we're actually heading to somewhere where we met over 40 years ago. Isn't that right, dear?
Yeah, I bet you can't say exactly how long ago.
41, 42. Anyway, we've been moored up at Kirkstead Bridge, haven't we?
Yeah, yeah.
Really nice here. Little walk into the village and also into the cafe. I'll show you a little bit of that later on when we get moving. But first of all, some thank yous. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you for subscribing, all you new subscribers. Thank you for you likers and everybody else. And also, I've been meaning to do this. Sorry, Wayne. I've forgotten to do it. But,
useless.
Yeah. When we said we were going to pack up on, we had a few weeks off because we had all sorts of issues with YouTube and algorithms and all that malarkey and everything else. I explained about how editing goes and a bit of that sort of conversation. But I also mentioned that one of these cupboards here up above is where I store my hard drives. And for whatever reason, we film in 4K because this camera's 4K. A lot of stuff is 4K. And yes, you can watch it in 1080 and whatever you want to resolution you want to watch it at. But to future-proof it all, because it seems to be the way forward, 4K tellies are out there. So we film it and edit it in 4K. And because of that, to save all the data and everything else, and you need to store them on things like this. So this actually is really a small one. So Wayne Martin, who gifted us this, thank you very much, Wayne.
Oh, thank
you, very
you,
kind
Wayne.
of you. You can't believe how ultra thin this is. Absolutely amazing. And that's 2 terabytes. So
and it gives me more space.
2 terabytes. So yes, you can't believe how much that holds. Whoa, amazing. And we've also got to thank a new Patreon. His name is Alan Miller. In fact, he's actually come up as Alan Miller, a tug nut.
A tug nut?
I think that means he's mad keen on tugs.
I hope so. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Welcome, Alan.
Thank you. Welcome.
Spend a few days going through some of our past photographs. And
don't go too far back.
And the behind the scenes videos and outtakes and whatever else is up there.
Yeah.
We post all of that stuff and we'll tell you about that towards the end of the vlog. In the meantime, enjoy the first part of this journey. Well, we've moved off from Kirkstead Bridge. Which is near Woodall Spa, on the outskirts of Woodall Spa. Lovely place for breakfast. The Ragged... what's it called? The Ragged Apron, I think. Something like that. Doesn't look anything from the outside. In fact, looks like an old pub, part of it. And one side is a flooring company. But around the back is a beautiful cafe. excellent value for money. We may go back and try the Sunday lunch, which apparently is also highly recommended. But for now, today, not sure where we're going. As you've probably seen, the moorings here are not Armco or anything like that, like on a canal. They're dedicated moorings, usually 48 hours or 2 days, and they're on floating pontoons, which is great, except they're not that long. They look short from a distance, actually longer than you think, but in terms of narrowboats, they're not built for narrowboats. Not to get loads of them. I mean, I'd hate to be here in the summer. I'm guessing it gets busy in the summer, don't know. Maybe many people don't get down the River Witham in the summer. I don't know why, because it's a beautiful stretch of river, lots of places to stop, but it's just finding those spaces, if you see what I mean. There's a lot of marinas along its length, and I'm guessing that some people go out for the weekend or go out for the week and go up and down. You can spend a week at least going up and down here, getting to Boston and back. But there we go. And of course you can get as far as the outskirts of Lincoln, and then depending on how high your boat is, that's as far as you're going to get, because you won't get through the glory hole. The one thing you can certainly be assured of, even if it's not moorings, are some of the most stunning sunsets and skies you'll see. I doubt you'll see that, but bear in mind where we are at the moment. RAF Scampton isn't that far away, so you'll see a fair number of military aircraft flying overhead. In fact, unless I'm mistaken, RAF Scampton is still the home to the Red Arrows. And it was also home to 617 Squadron. And if you don't know the names of the squadrons or recall, that's the squadron otherwise known as the Dam Busters. dear, I think we've disturbed the swans. Oops, never mind.
Stupid bird, over.
Jan's favourite, as you know. Well, that's 3 mooring pontoons we've been past, and they've all been full. Well, the first 2 were full. The third one, which we thought might have some space because there was only a little tiny cruiser thing at the end, is the one for a caravan
Camping site,
charging £15 a night to moor up. Sorry, this is not the Thames. Facilities include showers, yeah, we've got one of them.
Swimming pool,
yeah, we've got the river. No water, no L sand, nothing. So 15 quid to moor up, basically. No, not paying that, that's a rip-off. But there you go, that's the rant over for today. That means we've got to go even further towards Boston. At this rate, we'll probably be in Boston at the end of the day. Who knows?
We'll see.
We've got quite a bit of travelling to do now because there's nothing here. There was a little arm goes down to Ekamu or whatever it's called. I'll put the spelling up so you can tell me and shout at me in the comments as to how it should be pronounced. But basically, there's a tiny little stretch that goes off. I think our buddy boat's going to go down there. But it does say on Nicholson's there are bins and a water point. Well, that says maybe, but Nicholson's just a point. That's not available unless you're mooring there. Apparently there's a marina. It's nothing like a marina, it's just moorings either side of the river. And there's no way looking at it that we could have got down there and moored up.
And my book, my Nicholson's, is 2021.
Yeah, so Jan's has got the most recent version of this particular Nicholson's, which I think is number 6. Number 6? Yeah. But actually, to be helpful to boaters, what I really want to know is what facilities are available for me, the passing boater. That's what I want to know, not the facilities that are available at there. And if it's a marina, then put that up under marina, and then put the name of the marina and what facilities they have.
They don't put marina names, do they, on the Nicholson's?
Yeah, they do, yeah.
Oh.
Boatyards and marinas. They put it separately. But, and they put them as B, I think. Because obviously M on a river means mooring, not a marina. Very confusing, isn't it?
I'm not used to the Nicholson's.
No, you like your old Pearsons, don't you?
Yeah.
Anyway, we've got hundreds of miles to do, so
Don't exaggerate.
best get on. Yes, I've told you a million times, stop exaggerating, Tony. It is me, by the way. That was a quick overnight stop at Langrick Bridge. I think that's how you pronounce it. There's a business for sale there. If you fancy a little riverside pump out diesel, it's got a petrol station at the top and a shop, a post office, a chandlery. It's all for sale. The couple there have got a 70-foot boat and they want to go off cruising. So they're selling the business. No, we didn't think about it, by the way, just in case you were thinking or going to ask. Well, it's a bit overcast today, but there's blue skies on the horizon and we're heading for Boston. ahead you can see the Boston Stump. Now the only thing about Boston is there are limited moorings. CRT do provide 6 pontoons, which in theory could take 12 narrowboats, but of course if you get a big GRP cruiser then you're effectively going to be taking up 2 mooring spaces. I think there's a linear pontoon and you can get behind the back of that between the hedge and the pontoon. It's going to be one of those we'll have to have a look when we get there, and if necessary turn back to Anton's Gouch because we know there were moorings there. Let's see how we get on.
Oh my God, what was going on with my hair?
Nice hair, Jan.
Look at you just with your moustache and you're so skinny.
Oh yeah, nice, classy. Anyway, the reason obviously we're looking at all of these is because we're in Boston. We've had a little walk around the Boston Stump, which is St Botolph's Church. Then we're going to get on a train and we're going to go to a little seaside town not far away where we first met over 40 years ago. Where are we, Jan?
Oh, about to get one over at the moment.
Yeah.
We're in good old Skegness.
Skegness. Love it. Jam, on this one, what can you win?
It looks like a unicorn turd. Look, a big hairy turd, furry turd.
A glittery one. Oh, rock. Naughty items, hello. Ooh.
It's gin and tonic.
What?
Pink gin.
Yeah, good
cream egg.
Oh, juicy watermelon.
Jaeger bomb shot.
Yeah, whiskey and coke. We duck. Yeah.
Oh.
This is the nearest to the East Midlands, so you get a lot of me ducks from Nottingham, Derby and Leicester. Particularly Leicester, because this is where I used to come when I was a kid. And how many years ago, Jan?
41.
41 years ago.
For my sins.
We met here during the summer season. I was the musical director. Jan was the head girl of the dance troupe. And we were at the Derbyshire Miners Holiday Centre. In those days, Derbyshire Miners had their own holiday centre a little bit further up the coast from here at Skegness. But our acts, if you will, comedians and singers and that, used to go to quite a lot of the places around here. So Ingermells, which is just a bit further up the coast. There used to be a bar at the front here called what's it called, Jan?
Variety bar?
Called the Variety Bar, yeah. That had nightly entertainment. You got hypnotised once, didn't you, there?
Yeah.
Twice. What happened?
I think I was playing with a leprechaun and eating a lemon or a...
I think what you were doing was he got you to eat an onion, a raw onion,
yes, yeah.
saying that it was an apple, the juiciest apple you've ever eaten. Raw onion.
It does work.
And then he got you to play with a little leprechaun.
In a shoe, wasn't it?
Yeah. And when you came back to sit with us, because we were all with our little crew from the show, you still thought he was under the table.
All right.
Sorry, it's so funny. Oh, look, he's down there.
No.
Hello.
All right. Next subject.
Sorry, I'm embarrassing you. No, it was a fun summer season. I'd already done a season here before.
What were we? We were 20.
So yeah,
21 and 20.
We were a lot younger. We used to go out and party and go to all the shows, like I say, and go to East Gates. That's another place. If you know this area, that's around Inglemells. It's all changed. We've just come down the main street, Lumley Road, and a lot of it has changed. A lot of it's still the same.
A lot of it's got worse.
But there you go. You know, they're cheap holidays, I suppose.
People enjoy them.
People enjoy them. There's lots of things to do for the entire family. Plenty of things to keep the kids occupied, and that's the main thing, isn't it, when you're on holiday?
And he won't let me go on the waltzes.
And we're not going on the waltzes, no.
I would.
I feel sick. But the great thing about here is there's lots of places to get chips.
Oh, here we go.
Which is where we're going now.
Is it a town?
Is it a town? Who cares?
Is it a village?
It's Skegness, or Skeggy. Skeggy Bubbles, as we used to call it.
Skeggy Town, I think it is.
Anyway, we'll go and find some chippies. So this used to be the variety bar that we were talking about earlier on. It used to be an entertainment centre. Had live entertainment, bands, music and stuff. Comedians, hypnotists. But yeah, now it's the front of the pier. Well, it was always the front of the pier, but it was a separate bar called the Variety Bar. If I remember rightly, Jan, when we used to fall out of the Variety Bar of an evening, there used to be a pie and pea van.
Yeah.
And he used to be over here.
Right.
Over there where that seat is, if I remember rightly.
That's where you used to go to?
Yeah.
To drown your sorrows in pie.
Pie and pea, and meat and potato. No, well,
Mushy peas.
steak and kidney pie, peas and mint sauce.
Don't show them.
Don't show what, these?
Don't show.
Look at them.
Look, stop it.
No, you'll all want one, won't you?
No.
Look at the size of them.
I didn't ask for small.
Small. You asked for what? Small? Yeah, right, okay. Piggy
Yes.
small, yeah. I've got cheesy chips. By the theatre, look at that.
Thanks for joining us on our trip down memory lane.
Thank you to our patrons on Patreon and all those on Buy Me a Coffee. Don't forget, thumbs up for a like. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, it's totally free to do so. And then when you have subscribed, press the bell icon.
Ding!
Thank you, Jan. And YouTube will notify you next time we upload a vlog. In the meantime, stay safe everybody. Happy cruising. Bye for now.
Bye!